The Maya civilization is one of the oldest and most mysterious cultures of the Americas. It appeared around 2,000 years before our era in the region of Central America. The main territories of the Maya were located in what are now Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador. Archaeologists believe that the ancestors of the Maya gradually settled in these lands and adapted to life in dense tropical jungles. Despite the difficult natural conditions, they managed to create a developed society with its own culture, religion, and traditions. Over time, small settlements grew into large cities with temples, palaces, and ceremonial squares. Some of the most famous centers of Maya civilization were the cities of Tikal, Palenque, and Chichen Itzá. These cities became important political and cultural hubs of the Maya world. Historians usually divide the development of the Maya civilization into several periods: the pre-classic, classic, and post-classic periods. The Maya reached their greatest prosperity during the classic period, around the 3rd and 9th century CE. During this time, they built magnificent temples and made major advances in science, astronomy, and writing. Because of these achievements, the Maya eventually became one of the most influential civilizations of the ancient world. The Maya civilization occupied a vast territory in Central America. Their lands stretched from the southern regions of modern Mexico to Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador. This region included dense jungles, mountains, plains, and coastal areas, creating diverse natural environments for human life. Despite the difficult climate and thick vegetation, the Maya managed to build many impressive cities. Each city had its own center with temples, palaces, ceremonial plazas, and residential areas. Many of these structures were decorated with stone carvings and complex ornaments. One of the most famous cities was Tikal, located in present-day Guatemala. This city had enormous pyramids and was one of the most powerful centers of the Maya world. Another important city was Palenque, known for its beautiful temples and palaces. In the north, on the Yucatan Peninsula, stood the city of Chichen Itza. It became one of the largest cultural and religious centers of the Maya and is famous for its large pyramid. These cities were not just places where people lived. They served as centers of political power, religious ceremonies, and trade. Through these cities, the strength and influence of the Maya civilization developed and spread across the region. The political system of the Maya civilization was quite unique. Unlike many other great civilizations, the Maya did not form a single empire with one ruler. Instead, their society consisted of many independent city-states, each with its own ruler, army, and system of government. Each city was ruled by a king who was considered not only a political leader, but also a sacred figure. He was responsible for making important decisions, organizing the construction of temples, leading wars, and conducting religious ceremonies. Power was often inherited and passed from father to son. Among the most powerful political centers were the cities of Tikal, Calakmul, and Palenque. These cities held significant influence and often competed with each other for power and territory. Because there was no unified state, conflicts and wars frequently occurred between Maya cities. Alliances were formed and broken as cities fought for control over trade routes and valuable resources. Despite these conflicts, this system allowed Maya culture to develop in different regions, creating a rich and diverse civilization that lasted for many centuries. Religion played an extremely important role in the life of the Maya civilization. The Maya believed that the world was created by gods and that these gods constantly influenced human life. Because of this belief, Religious rituals, ceremonies, and sacrifices became an essential part of their culture. The Maya worshipped many gods, each associated with different natural forces or phenomena. One of the most famous deities was Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god connected with the sky, knowledge, and power. Another important god was Chak, the god of rain, whom people prayed to for good harvests. Priests held a special position in Maya society. They conducted religious ceremonies, interpreted signs from the gods, and determined favorable days for important events. To do this, they relied on complex calendars and observations of the stars and planets. Many temples and pyramids were built specifically for religious rituals. People gathered there to pray, bring offerings to the gods, and participate in sacred ceremonies. In this way, religion formed the foundation of the Maya worldview and influenced nearly every aspect of their daily life. The architecture of the Maya is one of the most impressive legacies of their civilization. Despite living in dense tropical jungles, the Maya managed to build large cities filled with stone temples, palaces, and pyramids. Most of these structures were made from limestone, a material that was widely available in the region. One of the most distinctive features of Maya architecture was their stepped pyramids. These structures were built as religious temples where important ceremonies and rituals took place. Long and steep staircases led to the top of the pyramid, where a temple was usually located. One of the most famous structures is the Pyramid of El Castillo in the city of Chichen Itza. It was not only a temple, but also a complex astronomical symbol. During the spring and autumn equinox, shadows on the pyramid stairs create the illusion of a moving serpent, representing the god Kukulkan. The Maya also built large palaces for rulers, ball courts for ritual games, and wide plazas where people gathered for ceremonies and events. Many buildings were decorated with detailed stone carvings showing gods, rulers, and important historical events. Because of their architectural achievements, the Maya left behind magnificent cities that still amaze researchers and travelers from around the world today. The Maya civilization was one of the most scientifically advanced societies of the ancient Americas. They achieved especially impressive results in astronomy and mathematics. The Maya carefully observed the sky and the movements of celestial bodies such as the sun, the moon, and the planets. Through many years of observation, they were able to create very accurate calendars. One of the most famous is the so-called long count, which allowed them to record and calculate dates far into the future. Their calendars were used to determine the timing of religious festivals, ceremonies, and important events. The Maya also made significant achievements in mathematics. They used their own number system based on the number 20. One of their most important innovations was the use of the concept of zero, which is a fundamental idea in mathematics. To observe the stars and planets, the Maya built special structures where priests could study the sky. One of these observatories was located in the city of Chichen Itza. Thanks to this knowledge, the Maya were able to predict eclipses, track the seasons, and plan agricultural activities. Their scientific achievements were far ahead of many other cultures of their time.
The Maya civilization developed one of the most complex writing systems of the ancient world. Their writing consisted of a combination of hieroglyphs, which could represent both individual words and entire concepts. Using this system, the Maya recorded historical events, rulers, religious rituals, and important astronomical observations. Maya books, known as codices, were made from processed tree fibers or bark and then folded in an accordion-like manner. Unfortunately, most of these codices were destroyed during colonization, and only a few have survived. The most famous is the Dresden Codex, which contains astronomical and calendar information. In addition to books, the Maya left numerous inscriptions on stone monuments, stelae, and temple walls. These inscriptions help modern researchers reconstruct the history of rulers, wars, rituals, and major events in city life. It is important to note that Maya writing was not only a tool for recording information, but also an integral part of their religious and political system. Priests and rulers used it to legitimize their power and preserve knowledge for future generations. Thus, Maya writing became a key to understanding their culture, science, and religious practices.
The daily life of the Maya was closely connected to nature and religion. Their diet was primarily based on corn, which they used to make tortillas, drinks, and soups. They also grew beans, squash, chili peppers, and tobacco. Meat was relatively rare, but included lizards, birds, and fish. The Maya engaged in agriculture, crafts, and trade. They built irrigation channels, cultivated essential crops, and produced pottery, textiles, and jewelry. Trade occurred both locally and between city-states. Family and community played a central role in Maya life. Families typically lived in small houses made of wood and clay, and elders passed knowledge and traditions to the younger generations. Children helped their parents with farming and learned various crafts from an early age. The Maya also spent time on ritual games, such as the ball game, which had both sporting and religious significance. Festivals, ceremonies, and rituals were an integral part of daily life and helped maintain a connection with the gods. Thus, Maya life was closely intertwined with nature, faith, and society, making their culture truly unique. Around the 9th century CE, many major Maya cities were abandoned, and the civilization began to decline. The exact reasons for this process are still debated by historians and archaeologists. The most common theories include drought, overpopulation, soil depletion, and internal conflicts between city-states. Studies suggest that prolonged droughts could have drastically reduced the yield of corn and other crops, leading to famine and resource shortages. At the same time, population growth and frequent warfare put additional pressure on natural and social resources. Conflicts between city-states increased instability. Cities competed for control over trade routes, water sources, and strategic territories. Wars often led to the destruction of cities and a decrease in population. Despite the decline of major centers, the Maya people did not disappear. Many continued to live in less densely populated jungle regions, preserving their languages, traditions, and culture. The decline of the classic Maya cities marked the beginning of a new phase known as the post-classic period, when cultural and political centers shifted northward to the Yucatan Peninsula.
Although the major cities of the classic Maya period were abandoned, the Maya people did not disappear. Today, millions of Maya descendants live in Central America, particularly in Guatemala, Mexico, and Belize. They preserve their languages, traditions, crafts, and ancestral knowledge. Modern Maya actively maintain cultural practices. They celebrate traditional religious festivals, create national costumes and handicrafts, and tell legends and stories passed down through generations. Their culture has become an important part of the national heritage of Central American countries. Archaeological research and tourist routes help keep the memory of ancient cities alive, such as Tikal, Chichén, Itzá, and Palenque. Scholars continue to decipher Maya writing, study their achievements in astronomy and mathematics, and explore their religious and social practices. The Maya legacy today is not only historical, but also living. It influences culture, art, and everyday life in contemporary communities, reminding the world of a great civilization that left an unforgettable mark.